My love life. So we're gonna do a video on Philogynior. PSA: hurt feelings is not oppression. Okay, so let's see what kind of bundle of mess we're getting into today. Oh, sweet flashy intro. I have a feeling we're gonna deal with somebody with high intelligence. I guarantee it. Or am I gonna be led astray? I hope I'm not led astray, because that was one amazing intro. Sick.
Started from show money, travel to globe money, then flipped it, Gabby Douglas, acrobat, black gold money. Got white folks cracking jokes like it's dope money.
The kind of person we're gonna be dealing with. The kind that doesn't like white people joking or making anything like or that is a racist against white people. I have a feeling she's gonna be really racist against white people in this video. I just have a feeling. It's a sense up here.
But no, in fact it's your money.
What's up, my beautiful black babies? And welcome
Hello, I'm Electrical 2012. How are you?
to another episode of Philogynior. Now, I was on Instagram.
What are we gonna get into now? Let's see what she found on Instagram, huh? I bet in any way it's not gonna be biased at all.
And you know how you have to allow someone's DM to come through in order for you guys to have a certain interaction with one another.
Guess that's how Instagram works. Now get to the point.
Yeah, so some girl sent me a DM, and I was feeling generous that day, seeing as how within the little preview of the caption that you can see, I wasn't called a cunt, bitch, nigger. I opens the message, and it goes a little something like this. I don't know if you'll answer, but I like to ask why you wouldn't answer the question the person asked the other day about white privilege, and why you don't need us.
Legit question. Why are you saying that? Why? That really is a legit question. I'd like to see you answer. But I have a feeling you're gonna dodge the question altogether and just make up some bullcrap out of nowhere.
Question mark, question mark. That's a bit racist, don't you think?
It is. Excluding one race from helping you just because you don't like them is racist. Almost deaf. And if you don't know what the person in the question is talking about, she's talking about her videos as hey white people or something like that. We don't need you or something like that or another. It's on our channel. Basically saying we don't need you as allies, essentially. We don't need you and you're not worth our time, you're not worth part of our sidewalk, yada 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 and such. Basically she was being racist. Oh, she said, oh, I can't be racist against white people. No way. It doesn't work that way. She was being essentially racist towards white people. Oh boy. I'm lucky my voice is shot because I would yell at the screen right now.
If you want equality, then not only blacks, but all races need to quit acting like they're better than every other race.
The person in this question, all races need to stop acting like they're better than one another. We all need to be equal on the same level. We all need to treat each other with the same respect that we were given in society. We all need to treat each other the same, no matter the skin color. Exactly, person in question. You nailed it right on the head. I like you so far.
Every other race does that? I'm pretty sure it's just white people.
Oh, what did I tell you? She's not even gonna acknowledge the fact that all races can be racist and act like they're better than the other. She's not even gonna acknowledge that fact. She's gonna say, "Oh, it's only white people that are acting like that." What did I tell you? She's gonna avoid that altogether and just place the blame on white people. High intelligence, folks. They really dealing with high intelligence here, and non-bias whatsoever. We're really dealing with that. Listen, Philo. Every single race can be racist, and all races can act like they're better than one another. Like I said, we all need to treat each other with the same respect. We do. That's the only way to get along in the society. We need to all treat each other with the same respect, Philo. And that's the only way we'll achieve real equality in a society. That's the only way we'll achieve real equality.
And I felt like that's what you were saying. Quote, your race is better, End quote.
In that one video, he said, white people, listen up. You don't deserve our time, deserve a slide, deserve a sidewalk. You don't deserve me to do anything for you except for you to leave by and kick you with a boot. We don't need you at all. We don't need you helping us whatsoever. We want to exclude you from everything, from being our allies. Pretty sure that was the message of the video, and I'm pretty sure the person got it right.
Which it's not. Sorry to sound rude.
Not wow, way to get butthurt. So which it's not wow, way to sound butthurt and sound like a butthurt little child that just got corrected for touching the stove that was hot. That's what your video was about. I saw it. That's what your video was about. So you were wrong about that, ma'am. That's what your video was about, all together.
Honestly, I felt oppressed.
Oh, look at that look she's gonna give. She giving that condescending look. Like, really? Yeah, that person felt oppressed because you were being racist towards her. I don't blame that person for feeling oppressed. I don't blame her for being oppressed. The way you carry yourself in your videos, I don't blame that person for being oppressed. For you being that way. I don't blame her at all. So I'm siding with the person in the question, not you.
Oppression's not a feeling, sweet pea. I'm sorry.
Alright, Philo, let me read you the definition of repression. Ahem. Now, the exercise of authority or power in a burdensome, cruel, or unjust manner. The active intent of oppressing a subject cruel to unjust impositions or restraints. A state of being oppressed. The feeling of being heavily burdened mentally, physically, by troubles, efforts, and conditions, anxiety, etc. So you can feel oppressed. Oppression is a feeling. Once you weigh down a person mentally or physically by being rude, cruel, and or being in an unjust manner. So oppression is a feeling, Philo. So you are wrong there. Oppression is a feeling. That person has every right to feel oppressed because of the way you carry yourself in your videos. I'm surprised you two haven't even have any subscribers at all. I'm still surprised.
To break it to you, this video is to debunk the asinine notion that oppression is actually just something as simple as a feeling.
My dear, by the clear definition I just read you on dictionary.com, oppression is a feeling. So no, you can't debunk and say, oh no, it's not a feeling. I can reverse it and say it like this. You can't reverse something that's already in a dictionary, my dear. Oppression is a feeling. That's that. No way you can change it whatsoever.
Let's get into it. Oppression is not a feeling.
Yes, it is a feeling. According to the dictionary, it is a feeling, Philo.
It can be felt, by way of being excluded from certain jobs, from having to change the way in which you speak because you don't want to make all of your coworkers unhappy and have them report you for being an angry black woman.
It can be felt, which is a feeling, my dear. Still, I don't know why you would deny the fact, but yes, oppression is a feeling, yes. And when you're at a job, my dear, professional job, you cannot act a certain way. You cannot be rude or anything like that towards your coworkers, or else they're going to report you for being angry, rude, and belligerent. You really can't. When you got a professional job, you got to act professional. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, you always got to act polite and professional, my dear. No matter if they piss you off or not. Just act polite and professional. That's what you got to do to keep the job. Just do that, my dear.
It could be as far as sexism, being street harassed and followed and having to watch your drink in fear of someone sexually assaulting you if you get just a tad bit too drunk, knowing that people are going to ask you what you did wrong and there will be no justice brought to you.
Define as street harassment like catcalling? Because catcalling is not street harassment whatsoever. Second, you always have to look out for your drinks at bars and all that. That is your personal responsibility to look out for your drinks at bars. Never leave your drink unattended. Never do that. Because somebody might spike it. Man or woman might spike it. So yeah, that is your responsibility to do that. To prevent that from happening. And to say, oh, if it does happen to you, no justice will be brought. Are you for real right now? They're asking you what happened. They're just doing their job. The police are doing their job and say, what happened? What did you do to protect yourself? From leading up to this happening, what did you do to protect yourself? You say nothing, they say that's why this happened or something like that. You need to be more careful next time. They're not saying, oh, no justice will be brought. They're saying you need to be more careful next time and take better precautions so this won't happen again. They're just doing their jobs, my dear. You really can't blame the police for doing their jobs, asking questions, and telling you take better precautions next time. All right?
Oppression is things like an unequal distribution of wealth, food security, just employment, education, all of that shit. That's oppression.
Is this going to lead into a point soon or not? Or are you just going to keep rambling on and on, living in different types of oppression? Can you make a point, please? I ain't got all day.
Not having your feelings hurt because I didn't want to explain white privilege to some other white person.
You're cruel, my dear. That person in the question had every right to feel oppressed. Because your video is basically saying, screw white people, we don't need you. I only teach black women. You're being a racist and a sexist towards white people, men and women, black men as well. You're excluding all. Man, you really are excluding all. So yes, technically you are oppressing, my dear. Yeah, a person had every right to feel to be oppressed, man. Every single right. And I agree with her that you're doing wrong and you need to be called out on it.
I don't even think I can wrap my head around that amount of white entitlement.
Entitlement. Oh my lord, I cannot believe she just said that. May I go back to your other video where you say you white people does not deserve the time or sidewalk? You do not deserve my time or me helping you at all. Who is acting like the entitled one here? It's not her, it's you. You're the one that's acting entitled and getting butthurt over her calling you out for being racist. You're the entitled one, not her. Oh my god, I have a feeling you don't know what entitled means.
Oppression is a systemic, institutionalized phenomenon.
No, it isn't.
It is not something that could be reduced down to a feeling.
You can't be this stupid! You can't!
And to be honest with you, to even think to equate the two is at best a oversimplification.
Location, my dear, it's the correct definition. That person had every right to feel oppressed because of the way you act and carry yourself in your videos. It is scary the way you do that. So it's not oversimplification. That person got it right on the head, nailed it.
And at worst, racist as fuck.
You're calling somebody else racist out there. You're being the racist one right now. I cannot believe you're deflecting like this. You really can't be this stupid. You can't. You're calling somebody else racist when you're being the racist one right now. And you're not even acknowledging that black people can't be racist, that all races can't be racist. You're just saying white people can't be racist. Are you kidding me right now? Where did your mind go? Did your mind just hop out of your brain and say take a vacation and it just left with a hamster with a wheel on it? Oh my lord, you can't be this stupid!
Just a little rule of thumb here. If you think that oppression is a feeling, chances are you're a member of the dominant society.
There is no words to describe your retardation. There is no words to describe your retardation. Oppression is a feeling. And just because you believe that doesn't mean you're a part of the dominant society. What are you even talking about right now? You're just spouting random nonsense. This is nonsense. Oh my god, this is pure nonsense.
If you feel uncomfortable when marginalized people talk about their marginalization, their disenfranchisement, their overall oppression, if that makes you uncomfortable and that makes you upset to the point where you tell them to be quiet, you are the problem.
I hate those stupid victim mentality words that she's using to engage people and say, you know what, I may be disenfranchised and marginalized and I'm speaking up about my oppression. I hate those stupid victim mentality words that she's using. Ugh, those get on my nerves and get under my skin so much. You're like sandpaper rubbing on my skin. It irritates me so much. Stop using that victim mentality. You're not oppressed or marginalized. If you were, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing. I wouldn't be able to do what I was doing. Okay, all right. And just because people point out that you're being racist doesn't mean they're the problem. You're the problem, my dear. You're the very problem. You're the one that's being a racist idiot. 10 out of 10 racist idiot. I want to have a beer.
You are likely at least oppressed by one system of oppression. So, how about instead of trying to silence me to make yourself comfortable, a fucking stranger on the internet, how about you go and fight to dismantle sexism?
No one's trying to silence you whatsoever. At best, you're trying to silence other people because, the comments are disabled on this video, but you give no other people an opinion or a voice to be displeased with your video. You turn off the comments and ratings. So who's being the silent one here? Not them, you. And second one, my dear, sexism doesn't exist in the West at all. It really doesn't exist in the society, so there is no need to fight sexism in the West at all. So that doesn't even need to be a factor whatsoever, my dear. Also, you have the comments disabled. So you're the one that's silencing yourself and silencing other people. They're not silencing you. It's the other way around. It's flipped.
That's a thought. That's just one of the thoughts. I mean, like, you could actually do something. I mean, let alone actually doing something with your white privilege. I know you're not going to do that because you're way too comfortable in your white privilege.
It was a stupid thought to begin with, and it had no thought and basis or logic whatsoever. Second of all, there is no such thing as white privilege. It's just you working hard in society. So don't blame people for them working hard and for their parents working hard in society, for them having access to the luxuries and the finer things in life because they worked hard and say, I'm oppressed. You have white privilege. No, ma'am, I just worked hard in life. Don't judge them that way and don't say you have white privilege. Don't make them feel bad for them working hard or their parents working hard, my dear. Please don't, because that really irritates and irks me, and I will challenge you on that every single time.
Obviously. But if you don't even want to do anything for black people, go do something for yourself. Just leave me the fuck alone. Okay? I don't care about your feelings. I really don't care about your feelings being hurt. Like, when the fuck are white people gonna realize that your feelings being hurt does not equate to oppression?
Well, if you didn't really care about what white people thought, you wouldn't make this video at all, and this video would have been entirely pointless. There'd be no point for me to respond to it whatsoever. So this video is entirely pointless if you don't care what they think. But obviously you care what they think, and you just want to get a reaction out of people and being a racist idiot. So that way you made this video. You made this video just to get reaction, and you turn off the comments and the ratings. So that way nobody can respond to you. Also, my dear, you being racist and being oppressive towards them, that's equal oppression. And the way you carry yourself in your videos saying screw white people, we don't need them, is that we're gonna exclude you from everything. We're not entitled to our time or anything like that, is being oppressive, and they can feel oppressed. It doesn't equate to oppression, right there. For you to even deny that fact is ludicrous. Very, very ludicrous.
I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that. As a matter of fact, I know how many times I'm gonna say it. 547, however the fuck many times I need to say it before you get it through your skulls. Hurt feelings don't equal oppression.
Just do you one last time, my dear. I'm gonna do it in a song form, just like you did. Here we go, guys. My terrible attempt at doing songs, so here we go. Hurt feelings do equal oppression, especially when you are the racist one, my dear. Get that through your thick skull, my dear.
If you are not trying to actively unlearn your privileges, if you are not trying to use your white privilege to dismantle racism and white supremacy, you are a part of the problem.
There is no white supremacy in this society whatsoever. In fact, 2017 is the best time to be alive whatsoever, except for BLM and you being idiots and everything, but it's the best time to be alive. You act like there's KKK members on the street corners with burning crosses and torches on every step you step on. There isn't. That's not how it is anymore. We're not in the 1950s, my dear. We're in 2017. Get that through your thick skull, my dear. Please. You're stuck in a time warp or something like that in your own mind. You're stuck in a time warp, and you're stuck in the 50s or something, where there's still the KKK and being white supremacists and everything. There is nothing like that. It's the best time to be alive in society, my dear. For you even say, "Oh, there's still white supremacy in the society," is ridiculous and ludicrous.
But since you have been insulated from having to think about those things, when we actually speak out on our oppression, you can't handle it. You can't just simply, click off of the video. You can't just simply keep scrolling. No, you have to go out of your way to tell me to be quiet because I hurt your feelings.
My dear, everybody has their opinions in society. And if people want to see your videos racist, they can. That's their right as an American and their First Amendment right to do so. My dear, the reason they're not going to scroll when you like pass by because your videos are horrible and racist. Me as a black person will not just sit there and scroll by and say, you know what, I'm going to let this continue to go on. No, I'm going to call you out on it. I'm not just sit there and like, oh no, she's being racist towards white people and have a good day. No, I'm going to call you out on it and I'm going to challenge you on that, my dear. And I will not be as courteous and nice as I usually am.
Girl, if that's not a child, I don't know what is. Our actual real life oppression is constantly dismissed. But you want to come in here and tell me that you feel oppressed because I don't want to do something for a white person when they ask.
You have zero oppressions on the daily. If you did have zero oppressions on the daily, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing here on YouTube. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing here on YouTube. So that constitutes you don't have any oppressions or being oppressed on that. You're just saying that to attract an audience and like to get people thinking like, oh yeah, maybe I am oppressed after all. White people are terrible. You're just using that as a thinking tactic, which is terrible. Really, really terrible. And for you to have an audience outside in you influencing by saying that kind of thing, it's disgusting. My dear. And you're supposed to do everything like somebody asks for something like that to explain or something. You have the obligation or the duty to do that. If somebody didn't understand something, you're supposed to do that as an entertainer or as a person here on YouTube. You gotta explain them and let them understand something. Maybe they want to learn something. That person could have learned something, but you decided to dismiss them because they were white. You decided to dismiss them because they were white. Wow, you are the most terrible human being I have ever met.
Girl, goodbye, good night, go to sleep. I'm just going to reiterate that the purpose of resisting oppression is to make your oppressor uncomfortable.
There is no oppression, my dear. What are you talking about? You must be living in a fantasy where you're the oppressed one and white people are on top. You're living in a fantasy and that realm does not exist, my dear. Unless you can time travel and go into different dimensions, that realm does not exist, my dear. You are an idiot.
Until you are confronted with the privilege that you experience, until you are confronted with the fact that you are racist, that you are sexist, that you are transphobic, that you're homophobic, that you are lookist, that you are everything, until you're confronted with the fact that you have certain privileges, how the fuck are you ever going to start unlearning them?
Salad, not a good salad, man. That's like you putting salad with chicken, ranch, horseradish, whipped cream, blue cheese, garbage. That's your buzzword salad. It's the nastiest salad you can ever get. How do you know they're racist, transphobic, sexist, or anything like that? Have you spoken to anybody? I guarantee you haven't spoken to one whatsoever. How do you know? They may be the nicest people in the world, my dear. How do you know? You haven't spoken to any of them. Your buzzword salad is not going to help whatsoever. Buzzword salad is disgusting. It's just going to pass right over their heads, my dear. Wow. Just wow.
Y'all don't even realize that asserting your feelings above my quality of life is oppressive as fuck.
You pointing out my racism is oppressive to me, and I want y'all to stop it. Whatever, y'all are pressing me. I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed. Look at me. I'm oppressed. You're not oppressed, my dear. Stop acting like you are.
You're literally being oppressive while you're telling me you're oppressed. I mean, like, if that's not irony, I don't know what the fuck is.
One who's being racist and oppressive. How can that be irony if you're the one that's being racist and oppressive towards white people on your channel? How can that be irony, my dear? I have the sneaking suspicion you have no idea what irony means, do you?
Anyway, I'm just gonna end this by saying, black girls, do not be afraid to let a bitch know real quick. Okay, don't be afraid. And bitch is not gender specific here. Okay, that's to men, that's to women, that's to people who don't identify as either or.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to let a bitch know that oppression is not a feeling. And if you are upset because I'm talking about something that makes you uncomfortable, well, then you can log the fuck off.
Condescending person, ladies and gentlemen. You're a fine example of a condescending person. She can't take another person's opinion, so she's gonna be condescending. So get off my channel. We found another one, folks. We found another one. Her and Minnesota boys should do a collaboration together. Maybe it would spark the stupid right together.
Well, then you can stop listening. Or, just maybe you can listen to what I'm saying, understand that you feeling uncomfortable is a testament to your privilege.
Why people can't listen to you? Because you spout racist nonsense, my dear. Nobody can listen to you because you spout racist nonsense. No one will listen to you whatsoever.
And the fact that you have been privileged enough to never have to experience this or hear about it, and maybe, just maybe, do something about it with those actual privileges.
White privilege, my dear, they're just working hard in society. I'm gonna say that one last time.
Okay? But if you're not, just shut the fuck up. Okay? Don't be afraid to tell a bitch what's up.
Take your own advice and zip your lip every once in a while, because everything that comes out of your mouth is garbage. First of all, I'm letting you know what's up, my dear. I'm gonna challenge you on everything you say, because everything you say is racist bullcrap.
All right, girlies? All right. So, as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate your viewership. I love you so, 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 so much. So, I will catch y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
Please kill me. Please kill me.
But I mean, just the language of it and the politics behind being carefree. Every black girl isn't carefree, and I would argue that
What have we learned in today's video? We learned that Philo cannot take another person's opinion whatsoever, and especially if it's a white person's opinion. Oh no, she will not settle for that whatsoever. She will dispute it, even though the person is right. So that means she has no logic, and hence my electrolytes. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. I'm gonna put my social media links at the end of this video. That's gonna be it for me. See you later, guys, and stay awesome.